It's funny how the little things in life can point to bigger lessons. Like, take my body temperature, for instance. I've always run about 1 degree Celsius below normal. It's always been that way, just like my Scottish gran. So when a thermometer says I'm normal, it actually means a mild fever for me. Why does this matter? Because it's a lot like your Muay Thai training. You might be following a norm that doesn't fit you. I used to have this idea that 37 degrees Celsius or 98.6 Fahrenheit was the set point for everyone, but in reality, it's a range. Most people fall in the middle of that bell curve, but there are outliers, some cooler, some hotter. You're like that too. Normal in some ways, distinct in others. You're a product of your ancestors' amazing genes, not someone else's. So why follow someone else's path? Focus on reaching your own potential, not someone else's. If you've ever felt stuck in your training, watching others excel while you give it your all and still struggle to hit the mark, don't be too hard on yourself. Many dive into routines, copying champions, thinking that's the ticket to success. Often, champions win despite their training methods, not because of them. You might be asking, but what about those top Thai fighters who just run? Look at Saenchai, he doesn't use weights. Let me show you why that thinking could be holding you back. First, grab your free fighter performance scorecard linked below. This tool shows you exactly where you stand on the performance scale, taking the guesswork out of your training. You'll know where to start and what to focus on. Now for the fun part. Picture this. I sit in a sunlit garden with my wife, Deborah, and she laughs at how quickly her Romany skin tans. Get in the shade before you look like a lobster, she jokes, while I lather sunscreen on my Celtic skin every 30 minutes. And that's what blindly following someone else's routine feels like. Just because something works for them, it doesn't mean it'll work for you. Here's an interesting truth. Everyone's V02 Max, how your body uses oxygen, is mostly genetic. You could be a low responder, somewhere in the middle, or a super responder. And this means for the same cardio training, improvements can vary vastly depending on your genetics. Anything from less than 8% improvement up to 28% for the same effort. No amount of identical training will change that. For years, I believed in the 10,000 hour rule. I wasted time copying elite fighters thinking their intense training was the key, but it nearly broke me. And it's a myth. Consider this research. In chess, some reach mastery in just over 3,000 hours. Others, 23,000 hours. That's nearly 8 times longer. International wrestlers hit elite status in 6,000 hours. UK pro footballers, only 5,000 hours. These figures tell a story. Practice hours will influence performance differences by about 30%. The rest, beyond just training quality, is your genetic code. Your V02 Max, how well you respond to aerobic exercise, is 50% genetic. Muscle mass and strength response vary from 15% to over 90% inherited. And even your recovery rates and injury risks have genetic factors. This explains why some of your teammates handle twice-a-day training with ease, while others need more recovery. And some fighters develop explosive power easily, where others naturally develop endurance. Those fighters who just run, they're outliers. Mimicking them means overlooking your unique strengths. Speaking of outliers, did you know that Saenchai doesn't just skip weight training? He doesn't run that much either. Copying him probably won't work for you. Here's a little secret about elite fighters that often gets overlooked. They may succeed despite imperfect training. Yes, if they refine their training, they could reach even closer to their genetic ceiling, but they probably won't. Natural abilities hide gaps in their training. What keeps them winning might not work for you. Think of someone naturally strong and explosive. They can focus only on endurance and still come out on top. It's impressive. But if you lack natural power, copying their endurance-only routine could leave you flat. Instead of just racking up hours in the gym or trying to mimic champions, try this. Learn your strengths. Tailor training to your responses. Focus on quality training. Build on natural talents. Gradually tackle weaknesses. And stop comparing yourself to genetic outliers. Imagine Muay Thai as a 100-meter sprint track. The start line is 0. No skill, no experience. The finish line is the world champion. And every fighter is strapped to the track with a bungee cord around their waist, defining their natural potential. You step into lane 1. You move forward to the 10-meter line before the slack in your band disappears. That's your natural starting point, your baseline. If you stretched it to the max, you'd reach 70 meters, your ceiling. To your right, in lane 2, another fighter strides forward to the 30-meter mark before their band stretches. Their starting point is higher. Their ceiling is greater, 85 meters. They're ahead from day 1. But it isn't a race against them. It's a quest along your track. Every training session stretches your band a little further. Skills, conditioning, strength, power. You're moving forward, closer to your personal limit. Milestones mark the way. At the 50-meter line lies the threshold of your first smoker or interclub fight. Lane 2 is still ahead until they lose interest. They stall. You keep training. You catch them. You fight. It's harder than you expected, but it unlocks the drive to keep going. You press on to 60 meters. You're stronger, faster, sharper, just 10 meters shy of your ultimate ceiling. Lane 2 has long since quit. Ahead, you see the 90-meter line, the elite pro threshold. Beyond that, the world champion at 100 meters, and genetic outliers stretching to 103 meters or even 106 meters. Those aren't your milestones. They're someone else's. Your quest is different, to stretch your band to its full 70 meters, to become the very best version of you. Every meter you gain on the track represents victories most fighters never taste. Because the truth is, very few ever stretch their band close to its limit. They quit, distracted or discouraged, long before the journey ends. Your path is simple. Progress as far as your cord allows. Celebrate every threshold you cross and enjoy the journey. That's the quest of Muay Thai. Nature sets the length of your track, but nurture decides how far you'll travel on it. As you look up the track, you notice something else. In lane 3, the current world champion has stretched their band to the full 100 meters, right to the finish line. In lane 4, an upcoming contender has stretched to 92 meters already. And if they keep training, their band could ultimately reach 106. That's 3 meters further than the current champion could ever achieve, even at their max. This is the part most fighters don't see. Even at the highest levels, champions aren't champions just because of their starting line. They're champions because they stretched their cord further than others did. That's the secret. Whether you're at 10 meters or 90, the quest isn't about catching someone else. It's about seeing how far you can stretch. Here's a funny story. 10 years ago, I had a greater choice of hairstyles, a messy quiff, a slick back look. Now I've got 3 options: the Larry David sparse and straggly look, Jason Statham's designer stubble, or Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's smooth dome. But I don't hide behind a conspiracy hairline. I'd rather grab a razor and face it head on, pun intended. Why do I mention this? We need to stop the comparison game, especially as we age. Not just with others, but with our younger selves too. Because the truth is, your body has changed. It's an opportunity, not a weakness. An opportunity to train smarter, recover better, and unlock the best version of you today. But here's the flip side. If you never got close to your ceiling when you're younger, you can actually become stronger and fitter in your 40s, 50s, even 60s. I see it every week in my clients. Some of them are breaking PRs right now. Remember, your goal isn't to match someone else's performance. It's to shift closer to your own ceiling, the performance you've been leaving untapped. Now that you see why individualized training is crucial, it's time for action. You need 2 key video episodes to make your training work with your body. 1, weekly training blueprint for Muay Thai fighters. Learn how to structure your week so every session drives progress matched to your genetics and goals. 2, train like this now or quit Muay Thai early. And discover how aging changes your body and the exact strategies to stay ahead, avoid injury, and keep getting better year after year. Every session without this understanding could be wasted, so don't let guesswork rob your progress.
Thanks for listening. If you found this valuable, please like, subscribe, and share with someone else it could help too. Please give the podcast a review or comment below. We'd love to hear from you. As always, you can visit heatrick.com for more Muay Thai performance podcasts, videos, articles, and guides. Catch you next time.